guys, so we're getting towards the start of 2020, so what I thought I'd do is do a quick video telling you all the books I really want to get to in 2020. First thing I'm starting with has to be the Mistborn trilogy, and by Mistborn trilogy I actually mean the entire saga, because quite frankly I've had Mistborn on my list for about 2-3 years now and I just haven't read it yet. And I desperately need to get to it. So I'm finally saying it. This year is going to be the year I finally read it. But I did say that in 2019 as well and then didn't read it. But I'm going to say it now. 2020 is going to be the year of Mistborn. I swear it. Next on the list has to be The Gilded Cage by Vic James. Now this one has been on my TBR for about 18 months to 2 years now, if I remember rightly. And I'm not going to lie, I completely forgot I actually owned it and that this book actually existed. But when I picked it up for my November TBR, I remembered that it existed and now I'm desperate to read it. So fingers crossed 2020 is going to be the year of reading The Gilded Cage. I've also got The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg on this list as well because I did buy this at Yelp, so it hasn't been on my TBR for that long. But I still want to read this in 2020 because this is supposed to be Westworld meets Disneyland, and Westworld comes back for season 3 in 2020, and I like sort of reading books that are semi-similar to the TV shows I'm watching, so I'm specifically saving it for when Westworld comes back, and I'm just really excited to get to it. I've heard some really good things about it, and I'm just ridiculously excited to get to this book. I'm also going to make a bold statement and say I'm going to try and read The Name of the Wind as well as Mistborn this year, because apparently I really like chunky, scary, huge, great big series apparently that are a bit more high fantasy than what I'm used to. So I'm a little bit scared, I'm not going to lie, but I still really badly want to read The Name of the Wind because obviously everyone has read The Name of the Wind practically, and practically everyone loves it. And now I really want to know why. This year I read, obviously, Harry Potter and the Artemis Fowl series because I wanted to know what the hype was all about, and I feel like I need to do that with more series. So The Name of the Wind is also on this list, and hopefully, if the rumours are true, the third and final book will actually also be out in time in 2020. So hopefully I'll be able to actually also read that one and complete the series next year. Maybe. I'm not holding out hope for that, but at the very least I do want to read The Name of the Wind. I'm also going to say I want to read We Hunt the Flame because I was obsessed with the idea of this book up until I bought it, and then I did that typical thing of buying it, then forgetting I owned it. So it's just been sitting on my shelf since Yelp collecting dust, and I don't want that to happen anymore. I want to read this one. I've heard so many good things about it, so 2020 is going to be the year where I actually read We Hunt the Flame. I also want to try and get to Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Rowanhorse next year because I've had this on my shelf again for about 2 years. I haven't read it yet. The sequel's out and that's supposed to be really good. This is supposed to be really good. It's reminding me of an urban fantasy meets American Gods kind of idea, and I want to get into more urban fantasy books next year, and I really love American Gods, so I'm really hoping that this is going to be another one that's right up my street, and I'm really excited to see how it all turns out, essentially. And finally, I'm going to say the last thing I want to get to is Tempest and Slaughter by Tamora Pierce. Now, this will be my first Tamora Pierce book. I've had this one again on my shelf for a very long time, and I basically haven't read it because the series is so huge, I'm scared of it. So that's a bit fun, to be honest, but I've got this one. I want to see what it's all about. I want to see if I can get into this world. I probably will, knowing me, because I love a good fantasy series, so this one is now definitely on my list. It was on the 2019 list and I didn't get to it, so 2020 again is going to be the year for Tempest and Slaughter and hopefully more Tamora Pierce books. And that is all the books I want to read in 2020, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up, comment down below with what you thought of these books, if you've read them, and what books you're prioritising next year. I'd love to know. I'll also leave a link down below to all of my social media if you want to check out, and if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time guys, bye!